Yeah, I think some guys need to calm down in the comment section. Like the black people in the Americas who started to realize that they may be the people, the original people of the land, that Turtle Island is actually their home. And some folks are getting a little mad at that they are discovering their roots, so to speak. I'm like, that's not a big thing. That's not a big deal, You don't gotta be upset or angry about that. That's not bad to uncover certain truths. And big up to Dane Calloway for helping people understand and for shedding light on this topic. I watched a couple of his videos. He's got some really decent stuff. I don't understand anyone who throws shade on Dane Calloway. Some of the titles of the videos may be shocking to some or to many, but the content is there, man. The content is there. His research is there, and I think he's doing an honest work. I don't get why people get upset about it. Um, and I can say this as an African person who like I know my roots, I know my tribe, and know all that, and I know how valuable it is, and like it really does help the psyche and it helps form your understanding of yourself and your belonging, your family, and all that. And I think that my fellow melanated brothers and sisters on the Western Shores don't have much of that. It's kind of sad. And when there's actually like a case where they can actually figure that kind of stuff out for themselves and realize, oh, I am native to this country, I am native to this land, and this is my tribe, most likely. And they just, one thing leads to another, and they just keep finding out the truth. Nothing bad about that. I think it's a blessing. And I think it's part of the awakening. Us melanated people waking up all around the world. Some people realizing that they're Israelite. Some people realizing that they're natives to here and there. I think it's all important because like here's how I look at it, man. This is all for truth and all for the sake of truth. If something is true, let it be known. All right, what's the harm in that? What's the harm? I feel like there's more harm in lies than in truth. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll be surprised if someone will actually say that I'm wrong about that. But going back to my point, I believe in upholding truth no matter what the case is or the situation is. Alright? Ain't no need to, uh, I guess, belittle or bash uh, our so called African Americans when they start to do some research and they start digging and they go back to their grandmas and their grandma and grandpas say that they were actually indigenous here and they show them all the graves and all that. And there's no need to bash these people. And not to say that there aren't any African Americans who were brought to the Americas on ships, of course. I mean, those folks are there, and they also do have their own stories, and they have their ancestors and grandpas and grandmas who will tell them different stories about what they've been through, and some of them may remember where they may have been from. I was watching an interview by some renowned person, forgot his name, but yeah, those stories are there. I don't think this takes away from either narrative. I think they have both happened. Uh, at least point personally for me, it's come down to like a numbers game because I personally, right at this point and up to this date, cannot figure out the numbers, like how many are actually indigenous, all these black people are indigenous to the Americas, and how many were brought over. And there's also the question of like of the mixing of these two people. But I read a post a few days ago. This was interesting to me. That said that most of the African slaves from Africa that were brought to the Americas, 5% were brought to the land of America, and 95% were to the islands and Caribbeans and probably Southern America as well. So that was pretty shocking, and it's pretty much an eye opener. I don't know how true that statement is. I obviously have to go back and do more research on it. But just food for thought. We got a lot of research to do. Our history has been whitewashed and hidden from us, and the truth does not come easy. Of course, you gotta keep digging, and Like us melanated people around the world, we gotta uplift one another and support one another, and each other's quest for truth and finding out who we are. And I don't feel threatened that this whole thing is the whole thing of black people understanding that they're Native Americans is something that causes a division or disunity, and it shouldn't be that way. I mean, we're already unified in a spiritual sense. We're all melanated people, and our history is so deep, but it's so hidden from us. All right, I don't think this is a cause for disunity. I think this just enriches our history and our heritage, and also provides a holistic respect for our people around the world, wherever they may be. I don't see this as a bad thing. See this as a positive thing. So big up to Dane Calloway and his research. I totally love what the man's doing. I think I donated one time to his project. If I have not, then I should or will in the near future. A lot of people are here doing some really good work, man. It's like I can't donate to everybody. It's crazy. I really wish I could. But maybe one day when my book flies off the shelves, like I can do it. By the way, I'm a novelist. I should have told you. Yeah, so maybe one day when my book flies off the shelves, I can actually donate to like all these good people who do some good work out there. You know what I like? I like honest people. I like people who are honest with the information that's in front of them and are ready to, you know, deal with it. And actually dig into it. As well as you want to dig into a ham sandwich, you would dig into the truth the same way. Juicy and thick, you get right into it, man. Get right into the meat. That's how we should roll. Anyway, guys, let's not forget to uplift one another, brothers and sisters all across the world, our big black melanated family. It's important, man. It's important. We gotta uplift one another up because I think our oppressor is one, man. Our oppressor is one. And if I could name one family, it's the royal family of the UK. Screw them, man. I don't like them at all. Anyway, I should probably cut that part out of this video. I don't want them coming from my ass. Um, yeah, they've been racist as hell to African and black people. Don't like what they did in history and what they're currently doing now. They're trying to depopulate Africa and all that shit. It's bad news. Crazy times we're living in. Anyway, guys, bless up and good vibes. Peace and blessings. Shalom. Sleepy right now.